that's it, ready to camp in. What's up, y'all? It's Jake from Prism Supply. Today we have a special walk around for you. It's a little different than our normal walk around. This is my 1976 Chevrolet G20 camper van. Right next to me is my buddy Justin, who runs the Swim Shop 4x4 conversions, and him and his team are the one that headed up the four-wheel drive conversion on this van. Little backstory, I found this van at a swap meet about 4 years ago. I told the guy, hey, if you ever want to sell this van, I'm totally interested in it. And he goes, I'm never selling this van, I'm never selling this van. And then about a year later, he hit me up and was like, hey, are you still interested in the van? I can't believe you saved my phone number. Anyway, that's how I got the van. At that point, it was two-wheel drive. Flew up to Indiana, bought the van, bought a trailer, bought a bike. You can watch that in a different YouTube series. Then I brought the van back here, used it to camp in, used it to go dirt bike riding. And I met Justin at our event, the Congregation Show. Him and his son had these killer four-wheel drive converted vans. And I was like, dude, one day I want to do it to this van. Sure enough, I ended up blowing the original engine that was in this. And so I reached out to Justin and I was like, dude, let's do this thing. Will you do the engine swap and four-wheel drive all at the same time? That's how we got to where we're at currently.
When I saw the van set up at Congregation the first time, I told my wife, I said, that van needs to be four-wheel drive. And I guess less than a year later, that's when you called us.
And that's what we did. Yeah, and so these guys delivered this van to me about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I have been driving this van every single day. It is absolutely bulletproof. I put right over 1,200 miles on it in that short of time. I've been on a camping trip, dirt bike trip, mountain bike trips, you name it. I've kind of just been trying to use this van for what we built it for.
I'm just glad it's still in one piece. Because, you know, you're always worried when you build something like that, how it's going to last, but we felt good about it when it came. It just tickled me to death. You to tell me that you'd already put that many miles on it.
Yeah, give me kind of like a high-level overview of the van, what it started with, etc.
It was originally a inline six-cylinder with 3-speed on the column, two-wheel drive, and Jake wanted four-wheel drive and a V8 and automatic. So when you contacted us before we even got the van, I immediately started rounding up parts, and it's a conglomeration of a bunch of different vehicles. It's got the rear end that we put in it is an 8-lug rear end out of an ambulance, I think an 86 model Chevrolet ambulance van. The transmission came out of an 85 Suburban, I believe, transmission and transfer case. The engine came out of a 96 model Chevrolet truck. It's a throttle body 350. The front axle came out of a 91 Suburban four-wheel drive 8-lug. And we just got it all in a pile, went through all of it and put it together.
How long did the whole project take?
Well, it took a lot longer than it should have, because we did run into a lot of hiccups. The actual project probably took a total of 6 months actually really working on it and doing all the stuff. But it's a process when you do one. It's not just the build. You have a lot of legwork rounding up the parts.
That's right.
Running through junkyards, finding something good. And a lot of that came from my background with off-road racing and growing up and just being broke, not being able to afford the good stuff. So you had to dig around and find out what worked with this and what worked with that.
Yeah, and so when I reached out to these guys, the thing I said was, hey, this is a Survivor. This is built this way from this company, Gemco, in Andrews, Indiana, back in '76. How it is, other than the four-wheel drive conversion, is how they built this van back in '76. Yeah. So when I reached out to these guys about it, that was an important thing for me, is like I wanted it to stay as original as possible.
This is the way this van should have been from the factory anyway. They should have done this from the get-go.
Exactly.
I'd be proud to own it. I wish it was mine. I would say the biggest thing that I'm probably proud of, and it was the toughest thing and created the most challenges, was the steering. The way they did the steering on these vans was, it worked for the time, but when you go to do one four-wheel drive, you can make it work, but it's not the best setup. So we took the steering and completely modified it. I think we shortened the steering column 16 inches so we could use an updated steering box and be able to run the crossover steering like they would do on the four-wheel drive stuff. I don't know that I'd want to do another one, but I'm still proud of it. It also, too, I don't know if it's fuel injected too, so you don't have to worry about pumping the gas and getting it on cold mornings.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing I wanted with this van is just to be able to get in it and turn the key and go wherever I wanted. And I do believe that if I was to hop in this van right now and drive cross country, like, it would make it.
After driving it that far, I was like, I wouldn't hesitate a bit to go to California.
That's right.
There's never any guarantees, but I wouldn't.
I mean, there's no need for us to go to California. We're East Coast represent, and that's what we care about. But
like you said, no need to, but you could.
Something I kind of always say, like, whether it be a motorcycle or a vehicle, like, stance is everything to me. Yeah. Like, stance is absolutely everything. And so in this case, we kind of like went back and forth on what we thought the proper lift was, tire size, etc.
Right.
And I think the stance is perfect.
I think it was perfect too, and it was a little bit of a challenge on that too, because on this camper van, to get it even not side to side, but front to back and side to side, all the weight is on that side. You've got the cabinets, you've got the propane tank, the refrigerator. So even, I don't know if you noticed it, when it was sitting, it was kind of leaning to the driver's side. So we made a few little adjustments to get all that
sitting level.
And you know, I knew you were going to be hauling your bike on the back, so it's pretty stiff and a little high in the back. So when you put that bike on it, it'll still have the good stance on it. So I hope we nailed it.
And so tire size are roughly 33s. It's a metric tire size.
It's a metric tire, but it's roughly a 1050 33 on a 16-inch wheel, because it's 8 lug, 3/4 ton suspension all up under it. And when we build our vans, we use everything to where you can use older square body Chevrolet trucks. So at any time down the road, just say if you wanted to lower this van or if you wanted to go higher, you could buy a lift kit for a square body Chevrolet truck and it would be a direct bolt on. You don't have to change anything. So,
which is another thing. If something were to happen on the side of the road, I can stop at any auto parts store and get whatever part I need.
Exactly, because it's all Chevrolet factory running gear stuff. So when you go in the parts store, they should have everything in stock for you on anything you need.
Make sure you tell the boys thanks too.
I will.
Seth and Ivan, thanks fellas.
They were very instrumental in building this van, but Ivan did just about all the welding on it. Seth did all the cleaning of the parts and fabricate. It was a team effort.
Anything else you want to say about it?
I wish it was mine. Just enjoy it and take those kids and make a lot of memories in it. That's all I want to say.
Cool. That's what we're going to go do.
Sounds good.
I am incredibly thankful. I'm proud to own this van, and I thank you guys so much for all your hard work.
Man, thank you.
And for those of you guys that are watching, make sure you check out their channel at the Swim Shop.
We changed it to the Swim Shop 4x4
at
Garage.
Swim Shop 4x4 Garage.
On YouTube. Check out our website. We offer DIY kits for 84 to 95 Chevrolet G-Series vans. So check that out.
And if somebody asks for a conversion kit for 1976, you say no.
They don't get it. They don't get it. Jake has the only one in existence to come out of the Swim Shop. So, because it was great. We enjoyed it, and I'm proud of it. But I don't think I want to do another one.
Yeah, follow these guys. They do some really cool content on YouTube. For me, not knowing much about this van world or even the car world, like I have learned a lot just by watching your channel. So
well, thank you, and we've learned a lot from you too.
Thank you.
You know, y'all of course check out Prism Supply. The stuff they have is awesome, second to none. Their parts. We built Seth a bike. The video, you can see it, and we've got a lot of Prism stuff on his bike. So check that out.
Cool. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You guys can make it up now.
Oh, golly, yeah.